So, how have you got on with the analysis of the geological data and the population information for each town? And using this information, have you successfully evacuated the right settlements? We'll see. The volcanic blast was as bad as expected. 1.8 cubic kilometers of magma exploded out of the volcano, resulting in some dramatic volcanic hazards. The predictions made by the geological team prior to the blast about just how bad the hazards could be unfortunately proved to be correct. Pyroclastic flows did indeed travel up to 13 kilometers away from the vent. Lahars deposited 1 meter of mud on the floodplain up to 50 kilometers away, and over a meter of ash fell up to 80 kilometers from the volcano. So only the following evacuation strategy would have really saved lives on Fire Island. Let's see if your strategy is the same. So we'll go through each town and look at them in order. Let's start with St. Helens. Now St. Helens is on the northeastern side of the volcano, and if you look at the scale, which I've just highlighted, it's about 50 kilometers away. So you'd think it would be safe, but on the day of the volcanic eruption, the wind was blowing towards the northeast, directly towards St. Helens from the volcano. So St. Helens would have been covered in thick deposits of ash, which would have built up on the buildings, causing many of them to collapse. So unless the population had been evacuated, many people could have been killed. Similarly, Ventsville is in a northeast direction from the volcano, and it's even closer. So colossal deposits of volcanic ash would have covered the buildings, causing most of the buildings in the town to collapse, burying the people inside. There's also a river flowing through the town, so the floodplain would have been completely submerged in lahar deposits, and maybe even pyroclastic flows could have hit the outskirts of the town from the volcano. So Ventsville was certainly a town that needed to be evacuated. Next, Lava Pool, with its population of 18,600 people, were very close to the volcano. If you use the scale, maybe 12 kilometers away. So pyroclastic flows would have surged from the volcano straight into the town, causing huge damage. So again, Lava Pool would need to have been evacuated. Now, Tobaport is on the other side of the island. It's not in the direction that the wind was moving from the volcano, so it would have been safe from ashfall. But there is a river direct from the volcano flowing through the town. Now this would have carried lahar deposits, which would have covered the floodplain in thick deposits of mud. And as you can see from the table, 17,000 people lived on the floodplain. So there would have needed to be a partial evacuation of the town. The people on the floodplain would have needed to move to higher ground. So a smaller E would have been necessary here. Now, the one town which was safe was Hot Springs, home to 21,000 people. Hot Springs is looks like it's about 50 kilometers away. It's not in the direction that the ashfall was coming, and as we'll see in a minute, another reason why it was safe was because it was elevated above sea level. It was at least 70 meters elevation. Now, Volcano Bay. On the other side of the sea from the island, but do you remember that ominous crack on the western slope of the volcano? Well, that crack would have become larger during the volcanic eruption, and it could have led to the whole of the volcano collapsing on its western side, and that landslide would have crashed into the ocean, causing a tsunami. And the tsunami would have went straight towards Volcano Bay. It was mentioned in the report that the tsunami could have been up to 50 meters high. Well, you can see that volcano, which is home to 50,000 people, is only up to 10 meters above sea level. So the tsunami would have submerged the entire town, causing a huge loss of life. So consequently, Volcano Bay should have been evacuated. Lastly, Crater Bay would have also been in harm's way as well. Tsunamis, like any other wave, would have bounced off the coastline of Volcano Bay and reflected back towards Crater Bay. Plus, Crater Bay has a large river flowing through it from the volcano and would have been subjected to lahars. So, all in all, it would have needed to be evacuated. So, most of the towns, all of the towns apart from Toberport and Hot Springs needed to be evacuated, and 17,000 people in Toberport would have also needed to move to higher ground, and the people from the other towns could have moved to Hot Springs during the volcanic eruption. Okay, I'm hoping your strategy agrees with mine, and also I hope you enjoyed that activity. It's very similar to many of the things that we do in geology lessons. See you soon, hopefully.